The 5-paragraph essay for The Bones and Muscles was from a nonfiction source. It was a factual information that you might use with a science or social studies assignment. When you're doing the 5-paragraph essay in an analytical form, or when you are expressing or analyzing literature, the 5-paragraph essay is just a little bit different, but it follows a very similar format to what we have here. So let me explain this one as well. This time we would actually be analyzing a story, let's say. And I've chosen A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. In this case, our intro paragraph would still have an attention-grabbing sentence, but the logically building case would shift to identifying the story, the author, and perhaps a character or whoever you're going to be talking about. It's going to hone in on the information so the reader understands just which short story or which novel you're talking about. So that would be your logically building a case, where you would specifically put into that sentence the piece of literature, the author, the story's name, the character's name, etc. It would be specific to that piece of literature. And then the third sentence within the introduction would then revert to this topic sentence like we've done before, where you're going to isolate the types of information that you're going to be talking about within the 3 body paragraphs. So this is the only one that's a little bit different, and the second sentence, and that would be to inform the reader of just which piece of literature you're going to be analyzing. Okay, so here would be our introduction, our intro paragraph. Here's our grabber sentence to make the reader want to actually read what you have to say. We would be skeptical if a serial murderer who had served 1 week of his sentence claimed that he had found his moral compass and was no longer a threat to society. Well, I think I would be interested in knowing about the serial murderer. Ooh, what are you getting at? So that is the grabber. Now we're going to talk about the piece of literature. So we're naming the author and so forth. So our second sentence, author Charles Dickens presents his character Scrooge with 3 opportunities for behavior modification in his story, A Christmas Carol. So now we know it's A Christmas Carol. Charles Dickens is the author, and we also know that we're going to be talking about Scrooge, the main character. The third sentence in our intro is now going to set up the information that we're going to be covering in body paragraphs, which is the second paragraph, third, and fourth. So we're going to need 3 body paragraphs on this. Scrooge had to consider an event from his past, one from his present, and a possible complication in his future before he experienced personal growth. So our body paragraphs are going to have topics, the first one covering an event from Scrooge's past, an event from his present, and a possible event that could occur in his future in order for him to experience personal growth. So we're going to be talking about the personal growth of Scrooge and the opportunities of past, present, and future.